Okay. Joyful risings. So, I wanted to speak on something that was actually something I learned in high school. Because I took philosophy in high school. This is going to be really quick. And then I got to get back to my life today. So, one thing I learned in high school, and this is a quote from Henry Thoreau. And it's, most men live lives of quiet desperation. So, as I was getting ready this morning, I was thinking about this, and I was like, how many of us are living a life that we're living for someone else? We're living for other people, we're living for other individuals, and we're not really living for ourselves. And why is that? Are we afraid of judgment? Are we afraid that we're not going to be what somebody else wants us to be? Is that really the issue? So, you guys are with me in the morning, so you get my cigarette, my coffee, wake me up, and then I have to do a lot of stuff today. I'm going to be super busy, so. Joyful Risings, welcome everyone. And I remember when I was in high school, and then I remember seeing a film later on as well that really was touching on this point. So the film in high school was like this Asian film. It was like a foreign film, and it was very slow. And I was like, why are we watching this so slow? But the more you watch it, the nuances begin to make sense. So the nuances really, hi Ree, hi beautiful, welcome. So the nuances really make sense, and the nuances really spoke on, as you see, there's a man and a woman. Obviously they really like each other, they really want to be together, but it's like they never really took the opportunity to get to know one another, or to really break the routine of their lives so that they could live the life that they really truly wanted to live. And how many of us are doing that? How many times are you coming into the world and truly not living the life that you want to live because you're listening to friends or family, or you're listening to expectations and what everybody else is telling you to be? I don't think that that's fair to ourselves. I don't think that it's fair to your soul to really live a life of a quiet desperation. And I think that it's so important for us to really delve into that. And then as I'm thinking about it, I always have to play devil's advocate. And I'm like, well, what would be the benefits of that? Because you get friends and family members that try to warn you ahead of time. They try to warn you about, hey, don't do that. You're going to end up in a bad situation. Like, I've been there, I've done that, and it didn't work out well for me. So I'm just trying to, warn you ahead of time. And I'm like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. But then at what point does that become malevolent? At what point does it become, I want you to do this because I thought that I couldn't do this? Hey, Kima, I miss you. How are you? How are you feeling? I have to come see you soon. So really, it really speaks to the nature of our soul and being in that place of balance and of harmony, and finding the place of balance and harmony within ourselves. That's really what's most important, is finding the balance and the harmony within ourselves, so that we know when someone's being loving, or when an individual is just trying to give us advice because they went through that and they don't want to see you go through that, as opposed to believing that there are individuals that everybody's, that people are just hating on you, or that people are just, telling you something because they're trying to keep you from, your soul's actualization. I don't know why that was so hard to come out. They're trying to keep you from your soul's actualization. They're trying to keep you from cultivating that fire within yourself, where you're in your purpose and you're living an inspired life, and regardless of what anyone else is saying, you're doing really what most resonates with you. That's so important. It's so important. I've always been very rebellious, spiritually rebellious. I never listened to anyone. I've never listened to family even when they gave me good advice. And I had to learn the hard way that sometimes you gotta listen to other people because they're really trying to help you out. But I also learned that sometimes people just see what you're doing, and even though it's a lie that they can't do what you're doing, they can do it too. They can be in a space that they're excited and that they're inspired by life and that they're happy, but they're choosing not to. You know what I mean? So you have to know the difference when someone's giving constructive criticism and when someone's really just feeling like they can't do what you can do. And I mean, really, I love film because really watching the nuances in these slower films, and as an American, you're so used to watching everything go fast. And it's like, oh, I'm in this world, oh, these things are happening, wow, that was a great movie, boom, it's done. But when you're watching film from other countries, they really get into the nuances, and it's almost like a form of philosophy. They're really getting into the nuances of human nature and of what it means to be human and what it means to exist here on this great adventure, on this planet. Because it is a great adventure. It's like journeying back to yourself, journey to the center of the earth. Where is the earth? The earth is inside of you. The ether is inside of you already. So you're really so funny. I'm just tripping on my words today. So you're really journeying back to the most authentic you. And me having to, I always have to look both ways with these things. I always have to be like, okay, where are the positives? Where are the negatives? What is the opposing thought or theme? And how can I find the balance? Also, another thing I was thinking as well is that sometimes people will try and give us advice, and it is good advice. And even when it is good advice, there are times that we need to be rebellious, and we really need to find out for ourselves. We have to go through that journey, that struggle, that mission for ourselves, so that we can really understand more comprehensively and have that experience, to you named her Journey. Stop. I gotta come. So you had her already? Damn, that went by fast. I gotta come see you. I gotta bring something for the baby. Oh my God, I love babies. It's so exciting. Congratulations, Kima. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You came a long way. You came a long way, girl. And I love you. Ah, wow. You just had a baby. That's so beautiful. So, this is so in alignment. So, you didn't have her yet. I'm going to come see you and rub your belly. Then. I'm sure it's pretty big by now. You got a couple months left. So, essentially, essentially sometimes you need to have those negative feeling experiences in order to really get the soul knowledge and the wisdom that you'll end up receiving from that experience. So nothing is really out of alignment per se. It's just about getting the lesson. Now, when we get stuck in a rut, or say you're in a cycle, or say that you're in a cycle and you're like, why can't I break this cycle? I remember when I was a kid, I kept having this dream. And I never really had recurring dreams, but this was a recurring dream. And I was on this mountain, and I kept going in circles on this fucking mountain. And it's like, I kept trying to figure out a way to get off of it, but I couldn't, no matter how hard I tried. And then I stopped trying to get off of it. I just was there for the journey, for the ride. I was like, okay, you know what? If I can't get off this mountain, I'm just going to enjoy the walk. And then I was able to break the cycle that way. So it's like, it's really surrendering or accepting the journey, your personal journey, your mission while you're here, that will get you off the mountain, so to speak, or get you off the wheel. And then you can move into a new space and learn something new. You want to be more of a spiral than a circle, you know? You want to spiral. Oh, I'm going to spiral over here and check this out. Oh, let me spiral over here. I have this experience. So yeah, that's just what I was thinking about. I was like, are most people, are you living in a cycle that you're not happy with? Are you having an experience that's not fulfilling for you? Are you stuck in a cycle or a rut? Are you listening to other people rather than listening to yourself? Is your soul asking for attention, and are you ignoring your own soul? I feel like that's almost the highest form of self-disrespect, is really just ignoring what that voice is saying inside of you. And we all come in with a purpose. We all come in with a passion and a yearning to have a particular experience. So stop keeping yourself from that experience. Move forward in your life with joy, with dignity, with personal integrity. Personal integrity is doing what's right even when no one is looking. And doing what's right, really, when you start to self-govern, is having empathy. So empathy is going to lead you in the right direction. So really reopening your heart chakra, reopening, you're feeling your emotions fully, whether you have to write them down, whether you need to get a tape recorder out and talk it out, whether you need, whatever you need to do, whether you need to write a poem or a song or paint or whatever you need to do to really get that flow of emotion started again, do that, because that's really what's going to help you get most in alignment and tapped into what your soul is trying to say to you. Yeah, that's so important. Okay, well, that's my live today. I have to start getting busy, but I do have classes called SoulWork, and it's going to really we're going to be working on opening our psychic and intuitive abilities. So we're doing channeling, we're doing meditation, we're learning rituals, we're learning about deities. It's going to be very intense. It's going to be everything that I've learned and all the techniques I've used really over my lifetime. I've been more intense on this path for the last 10 years. And it's really just after I had my Kundalini awakening, I was able to get to a space that I can now start helping others. And healing is a constant journey. Healing is something that you'll always be doing. You never stop healing, So if you want to know more, I should have the link somewhere on my page. If not, after I finish this live, I will put the link. Hi, Maria. I will put the link in the comments for you guys, and you can check it out. We will be starting September 1st. It'll be every Sunday. So I'm excited about it, and I hope you are too, because a lot of people started asking me, like, how did you learn to channel, and what did you do? And I'm like, oh, well, let me show you what I did. Let me show you how I learned what I learned, and how I became and am still becoming the person that I always wanted to be. It was always about helping others. It was always like, I want to help as many people as possible. I want to change the vibration. I used to, when I was a kid, I used to always say that I would change the world. That was me. That was really, people would ask me, oh, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I was like, oh, I want to change the world. And a lot lot of people laughed at me, but you know what? I never stopped being a kid, so I kept saying it. And I remember one of my friends, one of my best friends growing up, his mother was such an inspiration to me, and I want to buy her a red Corvette. When I get to where I want to be, I want to buy her a red Corvette. That is like a goal, like a dream for me. And because she would always say, baby, you could do whatever you want to do. So I tell her I would say, I'm going to change the world one day. And she would say, yes, you will. Yes, you are. And baby, yes, you are. And I just remember she was the only person that believed in me. And I'm very appreciative of that, because sometimes you don't need everybody to believe in you. You just need that one person. And sometimes some of us, our souls are so strong that we don't even need that one person. We just need ourselves. And I fuck with people like that. I love people like that. Like, so you're a warrior for real. Like, that's some shit right there, you know? So I'm gonna get, I do, David, I do claim it. I'm gonna get up out of here. And Reese said yes, because a lot of us have those abilities and don't know how to, exactly. And you know what? I don't want you guys to always have to come to me. I really want you to be able to come to yourself. So I was like, well, what's the next step? Because I love helping out, especially with the healing and everything. And then I want to make it so that you can do it too, so that you can tap into your own abilities and, you know, tap back into your own soul. You don't have to be a vegan. That's a misnomer. You are everything, and everything is you. You don't have to be a vegan. You don't have to. I smoke and I channel every day almost, okay? Like, and I drink coffee like a fucking crackhead. I love coffee. So I mean, it's not really so much, it's about belief. It's not really so much I don't eat meat as often because my body just doesn't want it anymore. Like, I don't eat, I'll have a steak maybe once a year, if that. And I don't really like pork at all. I'm kind of like, I never liked pork chops even when I was a kid though. And I don't like bacon anymore like I used to. So it really is really not, to tapping into your psychic abilities is more about belief and about disciplining your mind than it is about what's around you. Like you could literally I could have a fucking Cheeto and I will put more consciousness, more nourishment in this fucking Cheeto, in a fucking Cheeto with my own energy than somebody can do with a whole fucking bowl of fruit in front of them. People don't even communicate with their food. And that's one thing, towards the end, I'm going to add that in too with the classes. We are going to speak on secret communication. Because secret communication will keep your channels clear. And then also, ritual baths, cleansing your aura especially. It's just going to be intense. I mean, I'm doing 6 weeks, but the amount of information you're getting is going to be life-changing, because it's literally like my whole journey plus all the books I've read plus everything that I've actually practiced in 6 weeks, and starting September 1st. And it's a lot of information. And until I really sat down and I had to actually hire somebody to help me construct them because it was so intense. But until I actually sat down and started writing, okay, what have I done? I've done this, all these abilities. And until I really sat down and did that, I didn't realize how much I actually knew. I was like, oh, because I'm always on such a flow, I don't really ever take any time. I don't look back, because every day that I wake up, I'm a new person. Every day that I wake up, I'm in a new vibration. Every day that I wake up, I'm living in the vibration that's going to be best for that particular day. So I tend to not look back very often. It's not something that I do a lot. I look so oily right now. It's the sun. It's coming out. The sun loves my skin though. So I love you guys infinitely. So let's get this going. Don't live a life of quiet desperation. Don't listen to other people all the time. use your power of discernment to really understand when somebody's trying to give you constructive criticism and when someone is really just being a hater or they're being negative. That's going to make a huge difference for you. So I'm out of here. You guys are amazing. I know, right? The sun started hitting me. Me and the sun have this relationship that we're like, we love each other, right? I love you, sun. You love me. We're just beautiful. Yeah. Oh, I love you, Kima. Thank you for coming on. That's what I'm saying. I gotta sit down and hang out with you. I gotta sit down and talk to you and see how you're doing. Maybe we'll do some energy work. That would be fun, right? I love doing energy work. Especially for the baby, it would be good. I'm already imagining the baby. I'm like moving around the room. All right, I love you guys. I'm acting like I'm on my laptop, but I'm not. Like, I have this up against it, but I love you guys. I'm gonna get going. If you need a cord cutting, because you gotta get rid of if you gotta cleanse that ex or that family member, hit me up. Or that trauma, you gotta clear that trauma, hit me up. If you need a chakra reading, chakra readings are so important because the balance in your chakra system will relate directly back into what's going on in your life. Or an intuitive reading if you're having really like multifaceted issues, or if you're really stuck in a rut, the intuitive reading works very well for that. The intuitive reading is pretty intense, and if you need some techniques, hit me up for that. I know you did, because that's how powerful I am. Hit me up for that consultation. I love you guys. Again, I've been trying to get out of here for like the last 10 minutes, but I'm having so much fun. Bye.